It's time for our 2025 VRC World Championship here for 10th scale stadium trucks. I'm Mike Garrison bringing the action. Here is your A main
Five,
lineup. After
4,
qualifying, they are
3,
set on the grid, looking for that tone to sound. We are off and underway. Guilherme Cognon, your top qualifier here for our Stadium Truck World Championship, leading us out here for lap number 1. A very unique racetrack here for these Stadium Truck racers for our World Championship. A mixture of tarmac, dirt jumps, ramps, and our over-under crossover bridge. Here they come around for lap number 1. Guilherme Cognon going to be out front, but Gary Crowell going to be right there in that number 2 spot. Yuri Bauer in the 3 spot. Tobias Lindgren in the 4. Andrea Navati in the number 5 spot. Although we may not have seen them in our stadium truck classes, all of these top 5 drivers, no stranger to the VRC World Championships. Time and time again, any one of these drivers has what it takes to take home a World Championship win here today. It is a 10-minute race here for these drivers. We'll see who takes home the crown here. Gary Crowell in the chase cam. Take a look at this through the switchbacks. Look at this line for Gary. Running up the inside, gains immense time there on Cognon. Onto the front stretch. They go back onto the tarmac now. Into the 180 through the chicane, up and over the bridge. Gary Crowell in the number 2 spot, chasing down Guilherme Cognon last time by the line at 25.6. Through the chicane once again. Oh, Gary going a bit wide that time. Cognon trying to stretch out his lead a bit here, 0.7 of a second. Back onto the tarmac, into the dirt once again. 25.500. Fast lap of the race so far here in this one for Guilherme Cognon. 0.7 of a second lead over Crowell in second. Yuri Bauer in that number 3 spot. Tobias Lindgren in 4th. Andrea Navati in 5th. Simon H. in that number 6 spot. Joseph Keaveney in the number 7 spot. Mike Hedich in the 8th spot. Tenagaki in the number 9 spot. Only 2:05 into this one. A lot of racing left to go here. 1.2 seconds is all that separates first and second, as we're 4 laps into this one. 25-second lap times here on this unique racetrack. Through the tarmac once again. Cognon back into the dirt. Little slow-mo action. Look at the air time there for Cognon. Just sending it. The big stadium truck to the big monster truck tires. Through the switchbacks he goes once again. Coming back down the front stretch there, back under the bridge, onto the tarmac again. 2.1 seconds now ahead of Gary Crowell in the number 2 spot. Yuri Bauer in that 3 spot. Ooh, Cognon getting close to those inside cones there. And Gary Crowell, his fast lap of 25.574. Last time by the line of 26.0. Here comes Yuri Bauer. Yuri in the number 3 spot. Top 3 drivers have really separated themselves from the rest of the field here. They have an 8-second gap from 3rd to 4th as we take a time shift in this one. 5:10 into this race. Guilherme Cognon out front leading the way. Gary Crowell 2.7 seconds back from your race leader. Yuri Bauer going to be in the 3 spot, 5.5 seconds back from him, followed by Tobias Lindgren. Simon H. in 5th, Navati in 6th. Oh, what a save right there for Cognon. Take a look at this slow motion replay. Up and over the tabletop he goes. Looks like he almost may have tapped a little too much brake there midair. Endos goes end over end, lands back on his wheels. No turn marshal needed. He's still got a 2.4 second lead here in this one. Back through the tarmac, coming back through the chicane now into the front straight he goes. 25.3 on lap number 10. That is going to be his fastest lap of the race. 6:05 into this one now. A 10-minute race here. Everybody's starting to settle into their positions just a bit here. Andrea Navati only going to be 0.06 of a second back from Tobias Lindgren. Here's that battle here. Tobias Lindgren up and over the tabletop he goes there. Navati just ahead of him. Lindgren to the inside. Battle for the number 5 and 6 spot. Time shift again. 7:10 into this one. Navati making a bit of a bobble there. Take a look at this slow motion action here. Up and off the roller jump. Navati loses the rear end, overcorrects, comes back and up and over the roller, almost hits the turn marshaling chair. Back onto the tarmac he goes, and gets it all straightened out once again here. Cognon still going to be out front leading the way here. 7:35 into this one. A 25-2 on lap number 16. Cognon just getting faster and faster as this race goes on here with 7:50 in. Only a 10-minute race. Time is winding down. Gary Crowell trying to chase him down here, 3.3 seconds back. I don't know if there's going to be enough time, though. He's going to have to see a mistake. A 25-2 on lap 11 for Gary Crowell. I think Cognon at this point with a 3.3 second lead and only a minute 50 to go, he's going to have to make a major mistake in order for Gary Crowell to make up that time. Yuri Gebauer in the number 3 spot, 5 seconds back from Crowell. Simon H. is 21 seconds back from 3rd in 4th. Andrea Navati in number 5 spot, Tobias Lindgren in 6th. Joseph Keaveney in 7th. Mike Hedich in the 8th spot, and Tanigaki in the number 9 spot. Here's your race leader working his way back around through the sweeper. Crossing the line once again there at 25.8. That time by. Under the bridge he goes. Up and over the tabletop through the chicane here. Cognon back onto the tarmac. Headed back onto the dirt now through the transition. Up and over the bridge. Oh, it looks like trouble there for Tanigaki. Having to get turn marshaled. 9 minutes down. 1 minute to go. The chase cam here. Gary Crowell in the number 2 spot. He's got Keaveney just ahead of him there. Take a look at our slow motion replay. Crowell with that tight inside line once again there. Good line right there for him. This 10-scale stadium truck class here in VRC Pro reminds me a bit of a mixture of 10-scale traditional stadium truck racing, early days of monster truck and 8-scale truggy, kind of all mixed together. 9:35 into this one. Guillermo Cognon, there you can see he's about a straightaway length away, a lead from Gary Crowell. Through the switchbacks they go here, 15 seconds left on the clock. Here comes Cognon. Down the backstretch he goes. Through the chicane, 8 seconds to go. He's going to cross the line with 5 seconds left on the clock here. Little slow motion action there as he bumps pit lane. 1 lap left to go here for these drivers. Cognon one final time. Through the center section he goes, back onto the tarmac. Through the chicane. Back onto the left-hand side, one final time. Down the backstretch he goes. Into the big right-hand sweeper. And he's done it. Guillermo Cognon taking the win here in this one. Gary Crowell coming around for that number 2 spot. Little celebratory donut there. And Yuri Gebauer rounding out your top 3. Congratulations to all of those drivers right there. Guillermo Cognon out of France taking a world championship win here in our 10-scale electric stadium truck class.